Hey there my friends, Erich Andreas, your guitar sage here, and today I'm going to show you how to develop stellar strumming skills. So whether you're playing rock, funk, blues, it doesn't matter what it is, folk, there are ways to approach the strings from a strumming standpoint that all professional guitar players do. Okay? It's not to say that you can't go outside of this and do it in an incorrect way and it still sound good, but there's a certain methodology and a certain common sense way to approach the fretboard or to approach strumming here. So I'm going to show you exactly how one needs to think about the beat first off, and if you understand how to think about the beat, you will truly understand how to strum. Okay? So usually when you hear a song, you'll tap your foot, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, that sort of thing. And our foot taps typically on the heavy part of the beat, what we call the downbeat, okay? And with every downbeat, we also have an upbeat. That's when our foot comes up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So my foot's coming up on that and. This, if you understand that concept right there and we apply it, you'll never get baffled again about when you should do an up strum, when you should do a down strum. And once you conceptualize this and practice it with a few strums, you won't even have to think about it again. It will just become automatic and you'll be able to develop speed and everything else. Okay? So, if we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, one way you can practice this, and you'll want to use the PDF that's attached to this video as supplemental help, okay? I've got some exercises there for you that'll truly help. So what I want you to do is take your fretting hand, lay it on the strings as light as a feather so that you have this nice muted type sound. And the first exercise that we want to do is we want to just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now a lot of students I'll see do this, they won't count. In the beginning, especially if you're a brand new guitar player, you want to count. As you become more skilled at guitar, you don't have to count as much. But in the beginning you want to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now naturally our hand has to come up, just like our foot has to come up when we're hitting a downbeat. It has to come up again so we can hit another downbeat. So your hand is coming up, but it's not hitting the strings right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, because you already have this skill of missing the strings on the way up, okay? Those are called ghost strums, and we're not actually hitting the strings. But if we wanted to hit the strings, the only thing we'd have to do, we don't really change anything with our right hand other than just come a little closer to the strings, and we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Simple enough, right? But what happens if we start dropping some notes out of our strum? For instance, let's say we take a 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. This is common in songs like Folsom Prison Blues and that sort of thing. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we're leaving out the ands of 1 and 2, and it would look something like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now notice my hand is going to 3, 4. It's going down every single time. It just so happens that I'm hitting the ands on 3 and 4. So the first part of this is any strum that you have, you need to be able to conceptualize it. You need to be able to count it. You need to be able to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. If you can't count it out loud, you're not going to be able to strum it. Okay? You need to be able to know what's going on here before it's going to come out in your hand. Okay? So once we can say it, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we can actually strum it. Another problem that folks have in the beginning is they try to strum too quickly when they don't have it conceptualized. Once you have it conceptualized, you can strum this nice and slowly. And once you can play it slowly, then you will slowly increase the speed. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. that sort of thing. Now I just sped it up very quickly over about 10 seconds, but it may take you 10 minutes to do this, and that's perfectly fine. There's a gauntlet that every guitar player must go through in order to earn these certain skills, okay? So, once you have that skill down, you can do this with any of the exercises that I'm included in the program. Now, if you have any issues with this, there's a couple things that you can do that are a couple little extra ninja treats here for you. And those treats are, first off, if you're having any issues, like say with an up strum, a ghost up strum, say like 1, 2, and 4, and if you're missing the strings on a down strum, so 1, 2, and 4, and so I'm missing that 3, which is the very last exercise on the PDF. Then what happens is, if you notice, you might have a little difficulty with this. A cool trick to do is to do what I call big strumming. 1, 2, and do this when you're woodshedding, okay? This is obviously not something you'll be doing on stage. This is what you do in your practice, okay? Another thing you can do is 1, 2, and 4, and so for the missing beat, you'll tap at the bottom of your guitar, hit your knee or something like that. I promise you, if you do these skills and you do it slowly on any strum, you will get the strum. I've seen this with hundreds of students that I've taught. You totally can do this, okay? All right, I'm Erich Andreas, your guitar sage. Hopefully you loved this video. Remember, there's anything that you want to do on this instrument, you totally can do with the right instruction and with the proper practice. See you in another video.